Alright everyone, before we get into the video, if you're enjoying what you're seeing and you're enjoying what we're doing, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, throw anything down in the comments that you want to say. Please share. Sharing is going to get us further in suggestions for other people that watch the stuff that we do and watch similar things to what you do. That's probably the biggest thing is please share. We really want to get this growing because we have a pretty deep passion for the things that we want to do and the plans that we have. So let's get started with the video.
Alright, this is the second episode of the Charger 392 cam and lifter swap. Now in the last episode we had pulled out the cam, and right now you do see it. We'll throw in a time lapse right there for it. But right now, just coming back together, cleaned everything up. I didn't record anything because I don't think anyone wants to see me clean stuff up for 2 hours. But got the heads back to the machine shop. Everything looked good. I got torquing compound, angle. Something that we're going to try and do, check clearances. Got some clay right here. We'll put it on top of the piston and see how far down that valve goes. We'll measure it on the top of the piston right there. And yep, that's pretty much it. Oh, and we did make the old lifters into solid lifters, just 2 of them, so we can test that. So it wouldn't work with the hydraulic cam, or hydraulic lifters, sorry. But yeah, that's it for now. It's just testing, test fitting and all that. Throw on the time lapse right now.
Alright, so what Alex is explaining here with the clay and the piston clearance to the valves, right? So in theory, the cam that he has should not have any problem with it, but it's better safe to know than, have something off. And one of the reasons why we checked it is he didn't take the oil pump off the front of the engine, and it's really hard to see the timing marks in there. So he had me go over in the beginning of the video where you saw the time lapse where we installed the cam. I went over there and I helped him find the timing mark on the crank hub, and once we did that, we were able to move forward and put the cam in. So checking your piston and valve clearance is going to verify that nothing's going to hit. And if you're running an extreme cam or something with some aggressive duration and lift, it's always helpful to know how far are your valves away from the top of the pistons. So you set clay on there, and there's a couple different ways to do it, but if you put clay on there and you slap it on the top of the valve or the top of the piston, you put a little oil on your valves, that'll prevent that clay from getting gummed up and stuck in your valve. But you run the engine through its complete cycle, two full rotations of the crankshaft. That'll get your intake valve all the way open and your exhaust valve all the way open. It's going to leave an impression in that clay. You just take a caliper and measure the height of that clay, and that'll tell you how far your pistons are away from the valves at the full open and all that good stuff. So the other way that some people I know to check it is they'll put the valves in the head without valve springs, and they'll put a zip tie on the back of the valve so it don't fall out. And then they'll run the engine top dead center on cylinder 1, and then they'll just set that down to where it gently touches the piston, check the valve stem height, and pull it closed, and check the valve stem height as well. And then you subtract the lift of the cam that you're supposed to have at the valve. So whatever your cam card says. If you don't have a cam card that shows what your valve at the lift is, go off the lobe lift, multiply it by your rocker ratio, and that's going to give you your number. You're going to subtract that from your overall valve travel on the test you did. When you do this, you're not going to want to waste a good set of head gaskets. So, you can use your old ones because they're going to squish to about what the new ones are. And if you're not reusing if you have one-time use head bolts, you can probably get away with the old ones retorquing them, but you want to make sure that the head's torqued down and you have a gasket that you're not going to waste on a new one. The other thing that we did, and he explains in this video, is we made a set of solid lifters with his factory lifters. So what we did is we took the lifter apart, we took the spring out of it, and we shimmed the plunger until there was no travel inside the valve, or inside the lifter, theoretically creating a solid lifter. When you tighten your valve train up and you start spinning everything, you're going to have a little bit of squish with that spring inside that hydraulic lifter. Making a solid lifter is going to give you your true lift. So back to the clay method, when you do it that way, it's going to give you real-time measurements to your cam advance. In theory, let's say if you have 3 degree advance built into your cam, that valve action, timing action is going to happen 3 degrees sooner in the revolution of the crankshaft. That's where you can come into problems versus if you do the valve drop method. I also prefer that way because that's what the engine's going to see when it's operating. So anyways, everything checked out all right, so this is where we move forward into it.
This is day 2 of assembly. Left off with checking clearances on the valves by putting clay on that piston, checking it. On the time lapse, the phone died, so it probably got to where I was torquing down the head. But everything checked out good. Probably start with putting in the lifters, cleaning up everything, the deck a little bit. Then I did pull the heads out with the exhaust, so I'll have to put those on with the car, or put them on with it in the car. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Yeah. Alright, got heads torqued, rocker shafts torqued down, valve covers, spark plugs, everything. Got it in there. Got the valve or timing cover back on. Had a little bit of trouble with these oil pan bolts at the bottom. Almost stripped this one out, which would have been fun. And then that's not bolted on there, it's just has a nut at the back right over there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Probably 11 o'clock right now. Probably gonna go to bed, continue on it tomorrow. Should have it done, put it back all together, ready to start tomorrow. Well. Alright, so next day, left off with putting the timing cover on, heads torqued down, Rocker shaft's in, and valve cover's on. Today, hopefully getting it done, putting all the accessories on. Pretty much, and the intake, forgot about that. Radiator. Yeah, hopefully in the next few hours should have it done. Yeah, still gotta wait for a tune from Hemi Fever. I did call Diablo, but they apparently don't do custom tuning, which was my mistake. So I have to shell out more money, but it's okay. Whatever it takes.
All right, go ahead and do your prime.
I got 3 PSI already.
Of air?
Said
Hold the brake and the floor it. All right, push your button. All right. Oh yeah, you just gotta let it 10 seconds.
Doesn't sound too bad.
No? Okay, check your pressure.
6.
It should be more than that. It's because you stopped.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah. It's quiet. Basically everything you touch. Still too quiet.
Sounds better.
Sounds better?
Yeah, the longer it goes, the more it sounds. It's getting deeper.
It don't even sound like it needs a tune.
You want me to rev it up?
Oh, it will need a tune.
You need to rev it up?
No, you can let it get up to operating temperature.
It needs to get up to heat first.
Yeah, it does. Got those fresh head gaskets.
In case there's an accident.
Oh yeah, you can tell from the inside. It's got some lope to it. Oh, it's not loud enough.
How are you gonna check engine light?
Not now. Not until it reset. It turns off and on 3 times. When'd you change the gauge colors to get blue?
No, that's why it reset the whole thing.
Oh.
What's better?
Too bad you don't have anything else on to take it around the block. So-
Grab your ball.
Sounds good. Definitely need that suitcase deleted, don't you?
What's the name on?
Definitely ridiculous.
Why?
It's a goddamn car.
All right, we're gonna do some heat cycles on it. Make sure everything's
Are you
all
videoing
right.
my Nissan right now?
No,
You can.
I'm videoing
You want
me.
to. You want to?
I'm videoing me.
You want to video my Nissan?
Alex's mom wants to show you the Nissan.
Wait till I get it washed.
So we're gonna check everything over, let it warm up, make sure everything's all right, and we'll be back.